Okay, good morning, everyone. Today we're going to discuss stepwise regression. Okay, before I share this, some notes. So, you have already an idea of what stepwise regression is. So, in stepwise regression, when you run your initial model, where you have several independent variables, and if a model where there are some independent variables that are not significant, then you don't just remove them and say that this is the final model, that the final model excludes the following independent variables. That's not the case, because it's important to know that sometimes uh, some variables can be competing with each other, so that when you remove one of them, one becomes one becomes significant. So let me just read this very quickly. It involves adding or removing potential explanatory variables. Okay, and the operative word there is in succession. Okay, and then you test. Each time you remove or you add a variable, you test for each iteration. This is called stepwise regression. So the underlying goal of this method is that you do f-test and t-test to find a set of IVs, independent variables, that significantly influence the DV. Okay, and these are the steps, the different types. You have forward selection. So in forward selection, we start blank. We start with nothing, and then you add variables to your model one at a time. Okay, and then you have backward elimination, which we did. This is what we did. We start with the full model. You include all the variables, and then you remove the insignificant variables one at a time. And you can have also a bidirectional elimination, or this is just simply called stepwise regression. It combines the first two methods. Okay, there are, of course, certain limitations of this stepwise regression. Okay, for one, uh, the stepwise regression just takes a look at the variable one at a time. Okay, and it's quite, especially if you have a big model, it's quite complex to do this when you go through each of the iterations. Okay, so let me just share this brief notes with you for your use. Control C. Let me put it in the chat box. Too long, so I'll have to split it. And okay, that's the. Okay. Are there any questions? No, stepwise will not. Only the stepwise that we discussed, not this automatic stepwise, because we performed stepwise, right? Backward stepwise. We did that, so that will be still included. This one, the one that we're going to discuss now, using OLSRR, is not included. Okay, so we load the packages, OLSRR. Maybe let's also include readr. Okay, I hope my R does not readr, and then dplyr. Okay, dplyr is part of tidyverse. But when you load tidyverse, one of its dependencies is dplyr. Also readr, also ggplot. Okay, so when you load tidyverse, you load these three: readr, dplyr, tidyverse, readr, dplyr, and ggplot. Okay, so let's run this. I'm using pacman. Okay, and then let's load our data. Okay, so we're using the wage data. This is from read read underscore CSV. So that will let me let me first delete everything that I have here. And start fresh. Okay, environment is empty. Let me run again. Wage. And we know that wage, when you just loaded it, we know that wage has four variables that are quantitative, five including the dependent variable, and three that are character. Okay, we have learned that you can still use this data, this type of data where you have character variables, for as long as these variables, race, gender, and civil status, can be considered as factors. Okay, so we know that they can be considered as factors. And if we, for example, if we want to get the levels, okay, we ran this before, table, and then wage, let's say wage, race, and we will know that for for race, you have two levels, non-white and white. But we were given only the the number of respondents that are non-white and white. But we don't know which of this is the benchmark, because we said that for a multiple linear regression using categorical variables, the categorical variables will automatically be converted into factors. Okay, so let's try to see which of these is the reference level. Okay, if I use levels, okay, what do you get? Okay, let's use levels class. What are you getting? Kindly chat, please, in the chat box. Null. Okay, thank you, Justin. Okay, so we're getting null class. So R was not able to give us the levels of that of race. All right. So how do we do that? We have to convert it first into a factor. Okay, so that we can get the levels of race. So let's create this. Okay, wage dollar race as that factor, or just factor can be. You can use factor or as that factor. And let's see what happens. If we run this, okay, so the variable race has already been converted into a factor. Let's uh, let's check that. Okay, I don't need this table. Okay, levels, wage, dollar raise. Okay, tell me if this run already, class. Did it run? Waiting for your feedback, please. Okay, good. All right. So when we run this class, notice that, sige, let me take a look at this. Uh, the data, let me print you the data. You notice that as far as race is concerned, the first listing here is white. Now, even if white was first listed, under the levels class, what was listed first is non-white, because it automatically alphabetized the the uh, the values of race, the different levels of race. So this is non-white, this is white, although white first appears, right? And so what happens is that the first one that appears here is the one that's that's alphabetically appears first, and that will be our benchmark. So which means that non-white will get 0 value, and white will get value of 1. And so when we run regression in R, it will tell us raise white. That will be what's reflected, which means that white is the will have the value of 1. What does not appear there has a value of 0, which is non-white. And when you interpret the result, you interpret it in the light of non-white. Okay? Any questions, class? Is that clear? Yung paggamit natin ng when we converted it into a factor, we were able to use the function levels, because table will not give us the table will not give us which of the elements of that variable race is the benchmark. So may I get feedback from you if this is clear, class? Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So okay. Now, is it possible to change? What if I want white to be the benchmark? Is that possible? For, let's say, for one reason or another, you want that white will be the benchmark variable and non-white will be the not be the benchmark variable. So can we do that? Yes, we can. Okay, that's very easy to do. So let's just illustrate how this is done in R. If you want to change whatever is the benchmark is. So we can do this, class, using also the levels function, levels, wage, dollar raise, and then we identify what should come first. What should come first will become the benchmark. Take a look at this C, and then I'm writing white first. White now becomes the benchmark level, okay, and non-white will no longer be the benchmark. Okay, so very easy. You just identified what should come first becomes the benchmark. Okay, if I run this class, okay, let's run nyo to, and then i-check yung class yung levels ng wage raise. Okay, now you can see that white comes first, so white will now become the benchmark. What? Sorry, white receives the 0 value. Okay, and another way to do it, class, is using the re-level function. Okay, so this is quite different. So now we know that for my race, the benchmark is already white. So let me change this again. I'm going to use re-level and then identify the variable wage, dollar raise, and then use the reference. Reference is equal to non-white, which means that I want non-white to be my reference or my benchmark. Okay, so I'll run this again. I'll run this and then get the levels, and now see that non-white again became the benchmark or the reference. Okay, so let me pause for a while to allow you to copy the code. And then when you're done, okay, kindly confirm by chatting yes. And try to run it, class, and see if it indeed changed. So at our disposal, class, now even if there are 3 levels or 4 levels, you just type the first one. The first one will be your benchmark, okay, if you want to change. Okay, good. Let's give your classmates a few more seconds. I saw only 12 responses. There are around 40 of you. Reminder about our exams on Monday. Okay, good. So although it's not really needed to convert it as a factor, but I suggest that you do this. It's a good practice. Okay, it's always a good practice to convert your categorical variables that can be used as factors. One advantage is that you will be able to change what will be the benchmark. Okay. Okay, so let's now convert the others. Okay, here, wage, gender, you can write as that factor or just factor. So I'm changing this. I'm now converting the two other categorical variables as factors, and then let me just check the structure of wage. My structure is now that race, gender, and civil status are now factors. Okay, so kindly chat, please, if you got this. Let's wait for your classmates. Only 3 have responded. Okay, let's give your classmates a few more seconds. You can name your file stepwise regression. You save it as stepwise regression. Okay, thank you for your feedback. Although didn't get uh, the number that we want, sana naka 30 plus man lang tayo. Okay. All right. So I told you, class, to let me change the name. Model underscore full. Model underscore full. I requested you to run the initial model, which is the full model. So we're regressing hourly wage on all the variables: education, experience, tenure, race, gender, civil status, number of dependents. Our data is wage. Okay. So when we run this, get the summary of model full. I suggest you name your model the same as mine, so that we can easily compare. Okay, and we get here. These are the results, class. These are the coefficients. These are the parameters: standard error, t-value, and the p-value. Last time we learned how to get this using matrix algebra. This one is just x transpose x inverse x transpose y. And the standard error, we get some steps. Get the residuals first, then the covariance, and the diagonals, and then get the square root to get the standard error. And then the t-value is simply the division of your b and your se. And then your p-value, we get it using the pt function. Okay? All right. Then we said that we don't stop here. We don't just drop the other insignificant variables. Okay, because there's a chance that when we do stepwise regression, one of them will become significant. In our case now, there are only 3 significant variables: education, tenure, and gender. Okay, and we know by hindsight that when we did stepwise regression here, civil status became significant. Experience dropped out of the significant predictors. All right, so that's our model underscore full. Okay. Now, okay, so we're now going into stepwise regression. In the interest of time, I'll just give the notes here, Control C. Okay. And you do the code. The first stepwise regression that we're going to learn is forward selection. Now, I'll be requesting some of you to share your screen because I'm having problems with my OLSRR. Okay, since this week, I haven't resolved it. Kasi what I was able to run before, although na-load ko na yung OLSRR, ilalibrary ko na lang ulit. No? Before, this would work in my laptop. I don't know why it's not working anymore. All right, so what we do first is, okay, let's call this model full. All right, I'm creating this object forward fit dot p. So we're doing forward selection using p values. Now, what happens with forward forward selection or forward stepwise regression? Okay, because we have forward stepwise and backward stepwise or backward elimination. Forward selection, backward elimination. Now, what happens here is that the model will start from a blank slate. So walang variables, you know, walang predictors. Then one at a time, it will include variables as predictors. And the rule is that a variable can only enter if its p-value is less than 0.05. So you find here p enter. And the function is this one. OLS underscore step underscore forward underscore p. So this is very instructive. It's easy to memorize. Kasi forward to, tapos using p-value. Okay, kasi pwede natin gamitin yung AIC as a parameter in order to insert a variable. Okay, so may I i-parenthesis na lang para magre-result yung ano. It will come up with the result. Okay, so could you kindly run this class and tell me what's the result? Yes, Ali.
Sir, can I see the code chunk for model full?
Model what? Model full? Yung ano
Model
lang.
full.
Yung buong ano, yung buong
So, lahat po, sir.
Oh, ito yung una natin, di ba?
Okay.
Lahat ng predictors.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sige. Any other questions? Okay, so sa model full class, ginagamit natin lahat, no? Tapos dito class, ang syntax dito, kasi magfo-forward, ano tayo, no? Magfo-forward selection. We're going to use this function, OLS step forward P. And the parameters required is the full model. So kasama dyan lahat ng variables, tapos P enter is equal to 0.005. Notice it's P enter kasi forward to it. Papasok yung variable. Unlike sa backward class na magtatanggal tayo. No? Okay, let's call it forward fit.p. You can call it any way you want. And then kindly run this and tell me what you get. Okay, stepwise summary. Okay, Colleen, may I request you to please, I'll stop share. Could you kindly share your screen, please?
Wait lang po, sir.
Ready lang kay class ha, kasi I'll be requesting you to share your screen kasi I'm having problem with I haven't resolved it. I've tried several, in-update ko na si OLSR, binago ko na si ano. Okay, so let's see. Down, please. Down, down, down. Okay, ganun din, no? Alright, ito yung sinasabi kong problem class now. I don't know what happened with OLSRR because this is wrong. No? Ganito din nakukuha ko eh. Okay, let's see what, Colleen, could you kindly go up, please? Okay, ang sabi dito, up, please. Up, please. So, ang sabi ng stepwise summary, so base model siya, take a look at step 0. So base model muna siya, di ba? Okay. Tapos unang pinasok niya si education. Okay. Tapos pangalawa si tenure. Tapos pangatlo si gender. Tapos pinasok niya civil status, si experience, at saka si number of dependents. In other words, class, there was only one variable that was not included, and that's race. However, if we go down, Pauline, kindly please go down. Tingnan niyo yung ano yung parameter estimates. Down please yan. Sige. Yan. Now why is it that civil status was included na ang p-value niya 0.11? Si experience bakit pinasok na ang p-value is 0.07? Tapos si number of dependents 0.18. So this is wrong, di ba? Kasi ang sabi natin ang p-enter, papasok lang ang isang variable if the p-value is less than 0.05. Okay, so this is what happened also in my case, which is not the case kasi I've been doing this several times already. And dati, hindi ito yung magiging final model. Yung final model, lahat sila significant. So I'm wondering what happened to, is it because of OLSRR? I've updated OLSRR, so I'm not sure what the reason is why this is so. Sige, thank you, Colin. Are we getting another answer, class? Na yung final model nyo, yung ano lang, yung significant lang? Anyone, class? Kindly check your models and see if your final model consists only of variables that have significant p-values. Anyone? Okay, paki-chat nga, class, kung if your model values are the same as what Colin showed a while ago. Na ang final model nyo kasama si number of dependents, kasama si education. Paki-yes kung same. Okay, thank you, John. How about the others? Same. Okay. Okay. Yun ang problema nating class. So, maybe it will be an assignment for us to check ano nangyari, bakit ganun? Why is it that the model seem to be, okay, share screen ulit ako. Why is it that the model does not generate the right answer? Kasi I guarantee you that I used this OLSRR last term pa lang. Okay? And tama yung answer namin dito. Okay? Tama yung answer namin. And I'm wondering why, in this case, nag-run naman siya, di ba? Nag-generate siya ng output, kaso mali. So maybe you could help me, class. You could help me decipher, no? Research natin kung bakit ganun. Si OLSRR. Okay, Control C, class. Let me share this code with you. And ito, ang nabago dito, class. Okay, sinama natin yung details is equal to true. So pag sinama natin itong, if we include this syntax, na itong code na to, okay, step by step niya. Ito kasi, one final model kagad ibibigay niya, itong forward fit.p. Ito naman, forward fit, I'm calling it 1.p. So, ito yung may details, no? Or, I can just make it forward fit that details. Okay? So, ito yung may details. No? Wag na lang, hahaba na lang. No? So, anyway, I'll just call it 1. No? So, ito yung may details. If I run this class, dapat ito papakita kung anong variable yung unang pinapasok. One at a time. So, mahaba dapat to class. So, entering variable 1. Tapos susunod, entering variable 2. Just like what we did before, kaso yung ginawa natin dati, backward, no? Ito forward to. So, ipapakita kung ano yung variable lang papasok sa model. One at a time. And if we run this, okay, run ko ulit. Ako, ito na naman ako. Ay, sorry, mali ito. Model underscore full. Sorry, class. Change it. It should be model underscore full. Run natin. Okay. Let's see. Dapat mahaba to class eh, no? Tingnan natin. So forward selection, sabi niya, ito yung mga candidate, no? hope it runs. Mukhang nag-run. Nag-run sa akin ngayon. I hope nag-run sa inyong class, no? Okay, so this is what happens now sa forward, no? Step 0, no? Sa step 0 class, wala pang predictor. So this is what that means. Step 0, hourly wage regressed on its mean. Ibig sabihin niyang class, its mean, average lang. Okay, R squared is 0 kasi the mean, hindi naman ma-explain ng mean yung ano eh, yung ano natin, yung variation ni hourly wage. And then, sabi dito, yan, step 1, selected education. Okay? Selected education, tapos, ito na magiging model natin, hourly wage education, R squared is 16.5%. Okay? So, ang sabi niya dito, ang susunod, so tapos na tayo sa, sa first model natin. Education yung natin, yung pipiliin. Okay? Sabi dito susunod, ito yung choices natin, mga natitira. Tenure, gender, experience, civil status, number of dependents, race. So, pag tenure ang ipasok natin, ang p-value niya, significant to, no? P-value 0. So, is gender, so is experience, so is civil status. Pero pag pinasok natin si number of dependents lang, hindi siya significant, si race hindi siya significant. So, ang choice dito is, it was based on either R squared, kasi ang R squared niya, 0.302, okay, adjusted R squared, 0.299, aka-EK is 2685. And sa aka-EK, the lower the better. So, whether it's R squared, adjusted R squared, or AIC, the best choice is tenure. And p-value niya is 0. Ibig sabihin, significant to. So, that's why, ang susunod na pinasok is step 2, pinasok si tenure. So now our model is hourly wage regressed on education and tenure. Okay? And the R squared became 30.2%. Kanina 16 lang. 16% lang. Okay? So next, ang pang pagpipilian, 5 na lang, di ba? Once again, titinan dito, ano yung magiging basis? Dapat yung p-value niya significant. So gender ang papasok. Okay? So either kay p-value okay siya, R squared, okay. Adjusted R squared, okay din. Aka-EK, okay din siya. Okay. Actually, wala nang problema sa aka-EK. Pero ang pinaka-ano natin, kasi forward fit using p-values. So, papasok si gender. So, sa model 3 natin, kasama na si gender. And so on and so forth. And so on and so forth. So, pagdating ng fourth, kasama si civil status. Kasi 0.01 lang yan. Diba? Okay? Pagdating sa 4 na, selected si civil status, education, tenure, gender, civil status. And then, ang matitira na lang ito. Experience, number of dependents, race. And you can see now that if you enter experience, okay, ang p-value is 0.11. So this is not significant. Okay? This is not significant. So, ang ginawa niya dito, dapat na nag-stop niya siya dito eh. So, tinuloy-tuloy pa rin niya, no? Sabi niya, pasok sa experience, tapos pasok si number of dependents, kahit na 0.18, pinasok pa rin niya. So, okay. So, that's why, ito yung problema dito. Bakit niya pinasok? Okay, bakit niya pinasok pa rin si dito, no? Dapat after 4, nag-end na to. So maybe there's something in the syntax no, na medyo baka binago ni OLSRR. I'm using what I used last term. So okay to last term. Eh. I'm wondering why pumasok to, di ba? Okay, please chat class kung naiintindihan niyo yung sinasabi ko na dapat dito class after step number 4, wala na, stop na yan kasi pag pinasok natin sa experience, ang p-value niya 0.11. Eh. Diba? All right. Could I have your confirmation if you understand what's happening here and the problem that we're now facing because of this OLSRR? There are of course other functions na pinakamadali sana kasi OLSRR. Yung ibang functions kasi, katulad sa mass package, meron siya kaso AIC lang ginagamit, no? Hindi p-value. Okay, meron ding iba, class, kaso medyo mas mahaba yung ano. Meron ding function. Okay? Meron ding function. But medyo maano siya, madugo, no, yung function. All right, good. So, I just like to point out, class, na mali itong output ni OLSRR, no? Kasi again, going back to the code, sabi natin, we said that ang p-enter niya 0.05 lang. Okay? So dapat hindi papasok yung mga yung mga variables that whose p-values, if they enter, are greater than 0.05. Okay? All right. So that's a problem with this model. But anyway, alam natin na ang hanggang so ito tama, class to, no? Forward selection generated the same results as our backward elimination. Pareho lang siya, no? Kasi yung forward selection natin, ang significant lang talaga, okay, yung hanggang civil status. Okay? Pero dito klase experience, di ba, significant. Pero one at a time to, no? So you cannot put civil status and experience at the same time. So notice, class, that when you insert, when we selected civil status, tapos tatlo na lang natira, tingnan nyo, naging highly insignificant sa experience. Si race talaga siya yung pinaka hindi significant, no? Okay. So let's move forward, class. Isang oras. Dami pa nating Okay. All right. So ito naman, okay, I'll share this with you in the interest of time again. Control C. Okay. There's another way, class, to do stepwise, and that's using your AIC. Okay, ito yan. For as long as AIC becomes smaller, then okay yung okay ipasok yung variable na yun. Okay, so let's run this. Pakibago, class, itong model underscore full dapat to. Okay. Forward fit .aic tayo, no? Akaiki information criterion. Okay, OLS step forward na iba dito, class, no? Underscore AIC. So a while ago it was underscore P. So this is the syntax. Ito yung function, no? From OLSRR. Okay, and let's see what happens here. Forward to, control enter. Okay, let's see. Okay. So dito, class, medyo tama siya. Ang pinasok lang niya dito, education, tenure, tapos si gender, tapos si civil status, at saka si experience. And ang basis niya is that the AIC should be going down. Initially, ang AIC natin, 2870. Tapos, up to experience, naging 2638 na lang. So, pinasok pa niya si experience. Even if experience is not significant. Usually, si AIC, tsaka si SBC, okay, oftentimes they agree. But in this case, si Schwartz Bayesian criterion, medyo hindi siya in agreement with the AIC. Kasi dito, si SBC, from 2664, naging 2668, tumaas siya. So if we were using SBC, this would have been stopped here sa civil status. Okay, ganun din si SBIC. Kasi SBIC bumaba pa rin kasi 0.019. Okay, so the main basis is AIC. All right? So this is the final model output. And notice, class, tingnan nyo, even if sa AIC class, kahit na hindi significant, okay? Ito, take a look at this. Civil status is barely significant, no? 0.05, may 1. Si experience, hindi siya significant. Pero if the basis is AIC, pasok siya kasi bumaba yung AIC. The AIC value went down. So experience was still included as part of the solution. Okay, kindly chat please if you're able to follow. Good, good, thank you. And so we're now seeing that we can do forward based on p-value, forward based on AIC. And then let's just run this. I'll just close this first. Okay. This one class, we can, just like a while ago, we can include details is equal to true. Take note here class, walang p-value, ano? Kasi hindi basis ang p-value. So we're not including here p, enter. Wala dito yon, no? Kasi ang basis niya, Akaike information criterion. Okay, good. Thank you for your feedback, class. And then let's run this. Yung details is equal to true. So step by step to, no? Every time we include details is equal to true, mahaba yung report na yan. It will include how the variables were inserted. Still running. Forward selection method daw, no? So ang mga candidates, yung 7 predictors. So how will they enter one by one? You can see it here. The details is equal to true. Kita nyo dito, no? Kung paano sila pinapasok. There you go. So once again, magsisimula sa 0, hourly wage regress on 1. Ibig sabihin, regress on its mean. Okay? So ang pinasok daw, sabi niya, what will be entered first? That will make the AIC really go down. Education. Siya yung pinaka, if we enter education, it will really reduce AIC the most, no? 2777. If it's tenure, 2804. So mas maganda si education. So ang model 1 natin kasama si hourly wage regression education. So ganun din class. It takes a look at AIC. Yan. So dito ang susunod tenure naging 2685. Had it been gendered 2716. So mas maganda si tenure. Okay? And we're not taking a look at p-values here. So module 2 natin, hourly wage, regress on education and tenure. Tapos susunod, bababa yung ano natin. Kasi ang AIC natin with these two predictors, 2685. So which predictor here will really lessen yung AIC? Gender dito, pinakamababa. From 2685 magiging 2643. Notice kapag pinasok natin si race, tataas pa yung ano, yung AIC natin with these two predictors is 2685. Pagdagdagan pa natin ng race, tataas pa siya, 2687. Okay? So and so on and so forth class until ayan, tingnan nyo, ito tama class no? Number 5, no? So sa number 4, ito na, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? 2639. So if we add the experience, bababa pa yung AIC. Right? Bababa siya. No? So, step 5, ipasok si experience. Alright? So, ang magiging bagong AIC natin, 2638. Okay? And then, pag pinasok pa natin yung any of the two remaining number of dependents, tataas na yung AIC. 2638.8 to, ang existing natin with this 5 variables, 2638. So, sabi dito, no more variables to be added. Ito yung tama, class. So, yung kanina sa forward P, this was what I was expecting. Dapat nag-no more variables siya. Kasi yung p-value ni experience at saka si number experience class, ano na 0.11 na Okay? So, sinummarize siya. Ito yung variables na select. Okay? So, this is the final model. Okay? So, sinummarize niya. Notice that the AIC keeps on going down. And the final model output is this one. Okay? Ito na yung mga predictors natin. Ito yung values nila. Standard error, standard beta, t-value, and then significance. Notice class na, again, if we're basing it on AIC, kahit na hindi significant, ipapasok na for as long as the AIC goes down. Okay, tingnan nga natin sandali itong may plot tayo, no? Ito yung model kasi natin, forward fit.aic. If we run this, let's see what happens in this plot. Tingnan nyo. Okay. Please help me, class, explore or research bakit yung OLSRR hindi yung P based on P, hindi nagbibigay ng tamang answer. I was reviewing it yesterday. I got the shock of my life na bakit ganun yung output. I've been trying to see, in-update ko yung ARCO. Sabi ko baka kasi yung ARCO, di ba, pa lang, 4.3 point yung hindi pa yung latest version. So I updated it a while ago. Tapos in-update ko lang sa OLSRR. Wala, no? Anyway, ayaw niya magprinta. Anyway, so tingnan niyo to, class. No? So this is what happens. Yung education lang, ang AIC 22%. Ito yung AIC. No? As we added the other variables, dinagdag si tenure, dinagdag si gender, dinagdag si civil status, dinagdag si experience. Okay? Base model 2870 ang AIC, final model 2638.6. Ibig sabihin, pag sinama pa yung isa, tataas sa AIC. So this is the best model based on AIC. Okay? All right. Pause. Any questions, class? Pakichat naman please kung clear so far itong forward natin either using AIC or p-value. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so wala tayong problema sa sa AIC, no? Ang problema natin dun sa sa p-values. So please help me research bakit yung forward underscore p interpretation of the plot. Okay, sige. Okay, ganito, Francis, no? So ito yung unang pinasok sa education. Ito yung variable na education. Ang AIC niya 2777. You can refer to the table above, no? Nung pinasok si tenure, ang AIC naging 2685. So notice na bumababa siya. Now, and we said that kasi ang AIC, it measures information loss. So the lower the information loss, the better. Okay, so pinasok si gender, ang AIC naging 2643. Hanggang pinasok si experience naging 2638, no? Ito 'yon. 2638. So this is the final addition to the model. Sinama si experience kasi bumaba yung AIC. You go back to the results a while ago, pag sinama pa si number of dependents, okay, tataas na yung tataas na yung AIC. So hindi na siya sinama. Okay? Francis, did that answer your question? Okay, good.
Yes, you po.
Okay, good, good. Thank you for your questions. Okay, so punta na tayo, class, dito sa Once again, i-share ko na lang yung okay. Share ko ulit yung code in the interest of time. Okay, so dito dalawa yung ginawa ko, no? Kasi nga nagkakaproblema ako eh. Again, ito na naman yung p-value natin. Backward selection to. So, backward fit.p, I'm just calling it backward fit.p, OLS step backward class, kanina forward, no? And p-value. And sorry, gawin natin to model underscore full. Model full tayo, no? And then ito p, hindi p enter, p remaining. Okay? Kasi ang backward class, ilo-load mo na niya lahat ng data ng variables, tapos magtatanggal siya isa-isa, di ba? It will remove variables, eliminate variables one at a time. And we know the basis, the one which has the lowest p value, and the one which has the lowest p value will have the one with the highest p. Ganun yung class. Kasi pag mababa yung t natin, class, mataas yung ano niyan, mataas yung p-value niyan. Okay, if we run this, control enter, again, magkakaproblema tayo dito, no? Ah, tingnan nyo. Dapat ang matitira lang sa ano sa model, yung ano lang, yung p na less than. Kasi p remaining natin dapat 0.05. Right. So take a look at this. Nag-stop na siya. Oh. Nag-stop na siya. And the p values are ito. Oh. Bakit si experience kasama? Bakit si civil status kasama? Bakit si number of dependents kasama? All of them have p values that are greater than 0.05. Okay? So, isa lang yung tinanggal niya, yung race lang. Okay, so ito mali to class, no? Mali. As I said, we will have to help me explore. Okay, so yung sa backward P class, meron pa tayong pwedeng ilagay dyan. Pwede natin ilagay, you know, yung details, pwede natin i-print plot, pwede natin ilagay yung progress. Sige, i-run natin to. Kasama yung details is equal to true. Ay, sorry, model full dapat to. Model underscore full. Kindly change that. And let's run this. Control enter. And if you want to learn more class about yung OLS step backward P, pwede yung puntahan sa ano sa help function niyon. Okay, let's see this. Okay, mali talaga oh. Kasi dito, so ang step 0 niya class lahat kasama, diba? All predictors are included. Tapos step 1 niya, sino daw tatanggalin? Si race. So tinanggal nga si race, no? Tapos no more variables to be removed. So this is wrong. And if you take a look at the final model, yun. Bakit ang mga p-values niyan greater than 0.05? Okay, so I'm not sure if it's a syntax. So as again, class, please help me discover what seems to be wrong with with the OLSRR. Ganun din to class, no? Details is equal to true. Oops, model full. Run natin to. Details is equal to true. Same lang to eh. Kasi kanina details is equal to true. Isa lang tatanggalin niya. 1 lang. Okay? 1 lang. So, mali. Mali ito. Pero class, pag p-value na ito, um, if it's p-values being used, sorry, if it's AIC, pag AIC tama eh. Katulad kanina, di ba, sa forward selection. So let's run this. Sorry. I always forget. It should be model underscore full. Let's see. Anong naging ano niya? Okay. Education. So, tinanggal niya yung race at saka yung number of dependents. So ito tama din, no? Tama ito class kasi notice that ang ano niya, kasi ng AIC natin. Ito. Ito yung full model natin, okay? If it removes race, bababa siya. If it removes number of dependents, bababa siya. Pero pag mag-remove pa siya ng susunod, tataas na yung AIC. Kaya nga hindi na niya, it did not anymore eliminate that specific variable because it would have increased the Akaike information criterion. Okay. Tapos i-plot natin class. So we can also run the details class. Run na lang natin details quickly. And we'll see. Oops. Once again, dapat model full to. Let's run this. Backward elimination. And mukhang tama naman. So may problema lang class sa P. Sa P remaining, which is your dun sa sa backward, at saka sa P enter, which is sa forward. All right. So once again class, magsisimula siya sa full model. AIC is 2640. And then sabi niya dito, pag pinasok natin si Reyes, siya yung magdi-decrease. Siya yung magbibigay ng AIC na pinakamababa. Yan. Same thing. And then susunod naman si so ang binawas si Reyes here, tinanggal si Reyes. Kasi backward to class, di ba? Elimination to eh. Naging ganito yung AIC. And so on and so forth class. Step by step, nagtatanggal siya. So, dalawa lang class. Why? Step 2, pag tinanggal si number of dependents, ito na yung magiging model natin. Okay, so ang AIC natin 2638. If we remove experience, magiging 2639 yung AIC. So, hindi na pwede. Kasi tataas yung AIC. So, it stopped here. There. No more variables to be removed. Okay. So, ang conclusion natin, class, okay, ganun din to, no? Run natin to, yung plot. We'll see kung ano yung tinatanggal. Okay, so ito dalawa lang, no? Dalawa lang. And because it's practically the same. 2638 and 2638.80, 2638.6. So when we remove Reyes from 2640, AIC is a full model, it became 2638.8. And then we removed number of dependents, it became 2638.6. So that was the final final AIC. Okay? So once again, class, may I request you to please confirm if nakuha, intindihan, nakahabol. Any questions? Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So, thank you so much. Then I'll just pagsabay ko na tong natin kung kasya to. Good. So, si 1.5, model 1.5, stepwise siya. Both naman to, no, class? So, this is not forward, this is not backward. This is a combination. So, we just call it stepwise. So, bahala yung model kung magdadagdag pa siya o magbabawas siya. So, take a look at this. OLS, step both. Okay? Step both. Dito sa kanina natin, OLS, okay? Step backward or step forward. Okay, in this case, step both, no? And using p-value, so you have to define ano yung p entering at saka p remaining. Kasi pwedeng maging forward to at saka backward. That's why you have two, that's why you have two p enter there and p remain. Okay, so let's just run this. Yung my details is equal to 2. Tingnan natin kung gagana to. Sorry. Dapat model underscore full. Should also be model underscore full. I'm running this on my details is equal to true na diretso na dito. Okay. Notice class, yung AIC method at saka yung P method will not necessarily give the same answer. pwede magkaiba. Kasi pwede niya sa AIC, as long as bumababa yung AIC, kahit na hindi significant, ipapasok niya. Alright, stepwise, mukhang magsisimula siya class sa forward, no? Kasi candidate terms muna, no? So magfo-forward siya. Stepwise, step 0. Okay? Tapos, initiate niya, ipapasok niya si education. And then, take a look at this. This is now based on R squared. Okay? So, ang basis nitong stepwise lang is not the AIC, neither is it the p-value, but rather the R squared. For as long as tumataas yung R squared. So, if you take a look at this, sinasabi niya yung kung ano yung pag pinasok natin yung mga variable na yan, kung tumataas ba yung R squared. Until dito, okay, 36.5. So in this case, parang ano siya, no? Parang forward siya. Nagkataon na parang forward siya. It can also be backward, depende dun sa ano. So yung algorithm niya, naghahanap siya kung ano mas maganda, kung forward o backward. But the basis is R squared. Diba? Ang basis niya R squared. So no more variables. So in this case, yung yung stepwise natin, yung both, pareho dun sa backward natin. And forward na P at saka backward na P. Alright? So ito yung nangyari, no? Okay. You can see here that in this case, pinasok, plus, plus. Ibig sabihin, entering yan, pinasok niya. Okay, kaya sabi dito, no more variables to be added or removed. Kasi it can go both ways. Eh. Ito combination, pwede magdagdag ka, tapos magtatanggal ka later on. No? So notice R squared ang basis niya. The AIC, okay, went down also. R squared, tumaas, 365. Okay, so ganun din to class. Okay, so I will not run this anymore. I leave that to you, class, for your perusal. Okay. Full, gusto lang ako na-share ko ba to class, yung plot ng both that, this one? Did I share this? Itong plot of both that fit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sige. So I'll leave you guys to understand what that is. So ito class, this is very important. This one, I'll share this with you. Yung mod compare. Yung OLS step all possible model. Control C. Let's just quickly discuss that. Control D. So what will this give us? So I'm now creating this object model compare all OLS step all possible. So ang gagawin nito class, lahat ng combination ng mga variables imagine 7 yun, di ba? So how many combinations ang pwede diyan? Yung factorial, NC R factorial. So let's see if we run this. Okay, again, model full. Okay. All right. So if we check yung model compare class, andito na si model compare. Yan. Model compare, what type of object is model compare? Ito class. It's a list of one. List siya of one. And gawin natin siyang let's convert it into a data frame. Okay, para mas makita natin. So, take a look at this. Ito, i-X ko na muna to. No? Mas maganda kung makita natin sa data frame siya. This one, as.data.frame, si mod compare. Let's give it a name, let's see. models all. Let's call it models all alt minus. Okay. And then let's run this. Sama natin si view. Wait. Cannot coerce class. Huh? Okay. Naran ko na ba yung model? Wait lang ah. So may model compare na ako. Mod compare. Sige, tanggalin ko na lang muna tong ano. As that data frame error. Bakit kaya? Anyway, sige. Ayaw daw niya, no? Sorry about that. Kala ko pa pwede. Let me just run this. Okay. I wonder why. Anyway, class, print ko muna to. Yan. What will you have here? So we have 127 rows. Ano siya, class? Ano siya? These are combinations of all possible combinations. So, yung una natin dito, paki-explore din class kung paano ma-convert into a data frame. I'm wondering why, bakit hindi siya nag-convert into a data frame. So, take a look at this class. Yung una, class, single predictors lang, 1. Yung susunod, 2, dalawang predictors. So, combination yan about education and tenure, education and gender, education and experience. So, sa model number 8 class, okay, 2 predictors tayo. Tapos meron tayo dito mga metrics ng R squared at saka adjusted R squared. Ano pa? Andyan din si Mallows CP. Okay? So, tatlo lang yan, ano? Adjust R squared, adjusted R squared, Mallows CP. Parang information loss din to, the lower the better. Okay, so hanggang 13, ito class. Sa 7 predictors, isa lang siya, of course. Kasi isa lang naman yung combination ng lahat eh. Diba? So dito, pag 6 class, pag 6, 1, so 6 na possible combination siya. Hindi, ito ba? 7, no? Ang pinakamaganda, pag 6 yung gagamitin mo, itong mga to. Siya yung pinakamataas na adjusted R squared. Okay? So these are all the possible combinations. 7 yung predictors natin. Paano kung pag-combine natin bawat isa, no? Okay, and it tells us which is the best. So this one, ito. Okay, Control C. Okay, let's run this class. All the possible, sorry, mali yung grammar ko. All the possible models. Okay, so ang formula in class is 2 to the k minus 1. Okay, 2 to the k. So there are 7 predictors. 2 to the k, what's 2 to the k? That's 128, no? Minus 1, 127. So if you have 7 predictors, there are 127 possible combinations ng mga ano natin. May individual, meron dalawahan, may tatluhan, may apat, hanggang may pampito. So let's take a look at this. Let's run this. Yung OLS step best subset. And then i-run natin. Model na naman ako. Nakalimutan ko lang. Full. Nag-error. Nag-error yung data frame. I'll have to check kasi nagbabago yung mga packages eh. So this worked before, no? So ngayon ayaw na niya mag-work. So I'll have to check that. Maybe you can help me also. Ito yun, no? As that data frame, yung mod compare. Ayaw na niya eh. So here class, best subsets. Ano sinasabi nito? If you're going to use only one variable, si education. Pag dalawa, education tenure, etc. So you can see here, yung sa atin yung apat, di ba? Yung sa backward natin. Tama, ito. Education, tenure, gender, civil status. If you're going to use 5, so kasama sa experience. Okay? Pag isa lang, sa education lang. Okay, so that's what this tells us. Okay, so may mga details dito. Okay. Ito yung Mallows CP. So kindly research kung ano ibig sabihin itong Mallows CP na to. What does it tell us? Ayan o, ito yung mga basis. Okay. Tapos i-plot natin to class. Plot natin yung mod compare. Okay. So you have here 6 plots. And then, this is ilan to? You have several plots here. No? Okay, so you have here your R squared, your adjusted R squared, your Mallows CP, your AIC, and then your SBIC, and then SBC. If you take a look class at the R squared or adjusted R squared, so makikita natin dito class kung ano yung pinaka-best among the different models ng based on R squared, based on Mallows CP, based on adjusted R squared. Okay. So, okay class, let me leave that for a while. Okay, I think aside from the other elements na hindi natin na I think that's okay. Now, let me just flash to you. Okay, hindi kasama to sa no? I'm using now a Quarto notebook, a Quarto document. Okay, how do we now report yung final output natin? So let me just read this to you. Ito yung regression analysis natin. No? A multiple linear regression was conducted to examine the relationship between hourly wage, the dependent variable, and several predictors, including education, experience, tenure, race, gender, civil status, and the number of dependents. Okay, stepwise regression process. Backward stepwise regression was performed with a p-value threshold of 0.01 for variable removal. The process started with all predictors and iteratively removed the least significant predictor until all remaining predictors had p-values less than 0.05. So, ito class sa paper ganito. No? Kaya sa thesis nyo, yung methodology dapat ina-explain kung anong ginawa, no? Yung steps. And then we report on the final model. The final regression model included the following significant predictors: education, experience, sorry. Education, so this is tenure, and then gender, and civil status. Okay. The model explained, ito ni adjusted R squared. The model explained a significant proportion of variance in hourly wage. R squared is equal to 0.37. With F stat for degree of freedom 1, degree of freedom 2 is equal to 74.95, with P is equal to less than 0.00, 0.001. Saan ang galing to class? Saan ang galing to? For predictors daw, di ba? So ibig sabihin, renegress natin yung yung using the 4 predictors. All right. Then what's good about Quarto is that you can post here the say table na generate nyo. You can post it here. Okay? So tingnan yung report, andyan yung B, standard error, beta, standardized coefficient. So we'll explain this next week, class. Okay? So tingnan nyo rin dito, just to finish this, explanation of significant predictors. Education. Higher education levels were significantly associated with higher hourly wages. Di ba? Positive yung relationship nila. For each additional year of education, hourly wages increased by $0.53. So B is equal to 0.53, standard error is equal to 0.05, beta is equal to 0.40, T is equal to 13, p-value is equal to 0.001. This finding suggests that education is a strong predictor of higher earnings. Okay, and so on and so forth. Yan. Sinabi ko dito, the following variables were removed during stepwise regression due to p-values greater than 0.05. Gender, race, civil status, and number of dependents. Okay, partly pa lang to, hindi ko pa sinama dito yung diagnostics. All right, so I expect, class, that your output will be like this, at least for the analysis part. Kasi meron pang una, introduction, descriptive statistics, yung model, tapos yung regression analysis na, and hindi ko pa linagay dito yung, ang susunod dito, diagnostics, and then conclusion. Okay, so we're moving towards the case building, no? Okay, so, well, I think that will be all for today, class. I-discuss ko next meeting yung, kunyari, paano ka mag-create ng table na ganito? R can easily do this, itong mga to. Tapos also, dito kasi nakalagay si beta. Saan ang galing to? So we're going to learn standardized coefficients. Okay? All right, so quick review, class. What we have done so far is we went through the stepwise regression process where we learned that we can do this using forward. Sa forward, dalawa, no? Pwedeng AIC method or p-value method. Ganun din sa backward. It can be using AIC method and p-value method. And we can also have the both, no? Stepwise. Ang ginagamit niya yung R squared. Okay? So we can create an output where you can find all the possible combinations. That's very important. And then paano kung yung best model if there's only one predictor, two predictors, three predictors, etc. So after you come up with a model, syempre gagawin natin ng report yan, and this is one of the ways by which you can do that. So in-explain natin dito na nag-multiple linear regression tayo, nag-stepwise regression tayo, then we have the final model, then we show the table here, and then we discussed yung ano yung laman ng table na to, and then we explain the significant predictors, and then since we're using stepwise, backward, sinabi din natin kung ano yung mga variables na remove natin. Okay? So with that, class, I thank you so much, and I hope you learned something today. Pakichat nga please kung may natutunan naman. I just want to make sure kung is there value added to our discussion today. Okay, good. Good. So may idea na kayo, no, sa case nyo kung paano nyo i-explain yung mga predictors natin. Kailangan may structure yan. Hindi lang basta-basta ano. Okay, with that, thank you so much, class, and I'll stop share now. I'll stop recording.